What is up, my Moon Tribe? I'm Haley. Welcome back to Moon Tribe Tarot. This is going to be for the star sign of Cancer for February 1st to the 7th of February, 2021. Take what resonates, leave behind what does not. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, where your messages will 100% correlate to your story, because it is for you in mind, you can find all the information how to reach me for a reading in the description box down below. If you like the content that I make and you would like to support me, please go smash the like and subscribe buttons. Without any further ado, I have already gone and pulled your cards off camera like always for you, Cancer, so let's get right into the reading. We got the King of Swords, we got the Queen of Cups, we got the Five of Swords. We did directly get a couple together. These are two people. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a committed romantic relationship, but because the Queen of Cups is here and she deals in the realm of emotions, I'm going to say it's possible for some of you. Okay, both of them showed up as leaders, and I want to say right off the bat that I don't read for the zodiac signs attributes, as in this is a Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It could be you, but it doesn't have to be you. Likewise, this could also be you, but it's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air sign energy. I read for the energy and not so much the sign. So for the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups, they both came out as leaders. When you have a king or a queen, that is the highest mindset that they can go. We have a page, a knight, and a king, and the king is one, and the queen is also the one that has that power, that success. They have the goals that they have been seeking after, and they are always usually the leaders of their star sign's attribute. So for in this instance, the King of Swords would be a good leader because he has rational intellectual thought. The Queen of Cups deals with emotion, so again, she would be somebody that is able to have good relationships. She would be healing to most people. She could be seen in the position of a doctor, a nurse, or a healer, even a tarot reader, somebody that gives you healing. But she is emotionally responsible, and he is very good at the way that he talks and his intellect and thought. Both of them would kind of be champions, but him more so is always referred to as the people's champion. He has been shaped by pain throughout most of his life, and it has kind of made him cold. To the downside of him is, if you betray his trust, he doesn't give you a second chance. It's, all right, you did the shitty thing to me, I've seen this happen too much, see you later. Like, he doesn't really let that stand around. He also, it might hurt him, but it's kind of like no skin off my nose. Like, what will be from me will be, and I'm not attracting this energy. And the Queen of Cups is also, I don't say she's a people's champion, but she is a powerhouse. She is emotionally capable. She is very, very refreshing and understanding. Both of them are good as leaders, but this is, to me, it represents that it doesn't matter which one you resonate with in this situation. There is a man in this situation. There is a female in this situation. It definitely does represent that. I don't really get strong romantic relationship energy from this, except the Queen of Cups. But it could be any type of relationship. It could be a relationship with a coworker, a boss, family, a friend, a lover, your mom, your dad. It doesn't matter who this is. The whole thing about this is two people that are high of themselves are being immature. And this is, it's either that this is going to be that the both of you have to face something together as a pair that is mentally just, I want to say daunting, but it is mentally just taxing on you. Where the Five of Swords is almost like the Page of Swords energy, where the Page of Swords is problematic, immature, steps on people's feet. That is the energy for the Five of Swords. There has clearly been some sort of play fight, but the victor went away the loser because he lost his friends, because he was kind of being a dick about it. So it's basically stepping on toes, very selfish energy. He really only cares for himself. And if he wins at the cost of his friends being hurt, he doesn't give a shit. So it's really petty arguments. It's just the show of characteristics of somebody that is being really shitty. How did we get from the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, to the Five of Swords? What happened here that transitioned this in that way? Oh, I'm hearing a very specific thing. I think that there might have been a possibility for you and this other person to become a pair, but both of you are now neither experiencing or showing your level of maturity here. The storyline that I'm hearing in my head with the Seven of Cups being imagination, not really having to make any choice about anything or not making a choice. This can sometimes be daydreaming or being lazy, but it's having a ton of options and not really acting on them. I kind of get the sense that one of you, that there was a choice to be had here, where there was a partnership of some sort, and there had been inaction on both of your parts, and I get the feeling that both of you were like, well, I'm not going to budge if you're not going to budge, so neither of you budged, and you were kind of wondering, well, where can this go? I'm not going to be the first person to make a move. And then what happened from that, most likely the case, is going to be, instead of addressing it normally, where you're like, well, I've kind of been in my head about this for a really long time. I don't really know where we're going, and I've kind of been hesitant to respond for whatever reason it is that I'm anxious of being rejected or this or that. It's instead of doing it like that, you're like, listen, I don't know like why you've been doing this to me. I don't know why you haven't been reaching out to me. Why have you been doing this, and this, and this? And I see it going from, you have so much imagination, to just, it kind of explodes. And with that, I kind of get the feeling of the Moon, where you had a lot of questions that weren't answered, so you just kind of assumed the truth. That's kind of the feeling that I get from this. Now, it's important to note that, okay, you might be saying, well, Haley, this isn't really the sign of a king or a queen. That doesn't matter. You're not required at all times to stand in your power of position, because we're humans. Like, a good majority of the time, I don't think that I'm a Queen of Pentacles, but I am. That's my role. I'm the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands at the same time, because I have two. But my point is, you don't have to always be that thing. Even if you're showing up for that, that doesn't mean that the king or the queen can't just sometimes oops and make an accident, because just because we put them at this high standing doesn't mean that they are capable of being less. But at the same time, deep down, being more than what they're showing. We all have fears. We all have relapses. I'd like to see where this goes afterwards between you and this person after the Five of Swords. Okay, so it's not going to be a forever thing. I feel like it's going to be like a petty fight, and I feel like it's going to be something that is going to be worked out on, because the Knight of Cups is somebody that comes in with his holy grail. He says, I would like to pursue you. I want you in my life. So I kind of get the feeling that there is going to be this well of, well, there wasn't really anything made readily knowledgeable to my information. Like, I didn't know where I was going, and now I exploded this onto you. It caused a fight, but hey, now you know that I have feelings for you, and after the fight, I get the feeling of, well, that sucked, but hey, I don't like the way that you approach this, but I do like you. That's the energy that I get from this, because the Knight of Cups is somebody that quests after his holy grail. So I see a fight, I see an argument, I kind of see this as being a misunderstanding, honestly, a petty misunderstanding, and I definitely think that this is something that's going to be able to be fixed, no problem. But it might slightly, with the Knight of Cups reverting from the Queen or the King to now we have a Knight. It's now we're in progress of trying to rebuild. It might have taken a little bit from your relationship, but it's not going to completely hinder you. Let me, before I shoot myself in the foot, does this other person accept the advances that this Knight of Cups brings? Yeah, I shot myself in the foot. I still think that it is possible, but I think for at the moment right now, it's going to be a little bit too disappointing for the other person to pick up. That doesn't mean that it's not possible in the future. I just think that the other person is very disappointed that this happened in the way that it did, and it doesn't represent a full loss situation. There are still things to be picked up along the way that can be salvaged. It won't be recognizable in the moment, but later on. So my advice to you is to give this patience, give this person time, because it might be you that's not ready yet, and if you're not ready, you're not ready, and if you don't want to pursue this, then you don't want to pursue this. I get the strong feeling that there is something that's going to be salvaged in this, whether it be a friendship or something else, but it's, at the moment, one party, specifically one party, unsure if it's you or not, but one specific person in this party is going to be taking this worse than the other. And that's okay. I definitely do feel like it can be salvaged and worked upon in time. So I wouldn't worry too much about this, Cancer. I do think that this person needs to heal a lot before this continues in any normalcy, but I don't think it's over. All right, I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out. Bye.